Hey, everybody. It is Friday afternoon, and that means it's time for another episode of There's No Crying in Crochet, the podcast where we try to talk about all of your everyday frustrations in crochet. And in a fun and entertaining way, we help you try to solve them.
Yes.
So we're here again with our next episode. I am Debbie of MadameStitch, and this is my cohort in crime.
I am Busy Crochet. Hi, everybody.
And we are your co-hosts every Friday that we are here for a podcast episode. So before we get into our really cool subject for today, we're going to do business. So if you subscribe to Biz's YouTube channel and my YouTube channel, you will know all of the stuff as it happens. You'll get notifications with all of the tutorials and the fun podcasts and all of that stuff. So make sure that you subscribe to us, and that's a great place to watch live and the replay. And if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure that you give StreamYard, which is our streaming service, permission to display your name so we, Biz and I, can see your name. Nobody else is going to use your personal information. It's just for us to see who we're talking to. All right, we start off every episode because we have to catch up.
Yes.
So, Biz,
hasn't it?
What's up this week?
Well, this week, it's been, of course, it was Thanksgiving. And so we got to host this year, and it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed all the cooking and preparation, and I did a Martha Stewart turkey, and it turned out amazing.
Wow.
Compound butter up underneath the yeah, I know. I'm like, oh God, I hope this doesn't. Okay, so I didn't realize that butter does not spread over anything cold. So here I have these rubber gloves on.
Oh gosh.
I've got this compound butter all smushed up in my fingers, and I'm up underneath this turkey skin, rubbing on the boobies, and nothing's getting on the turkey. It's all sticking to my gloves. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna work. So I'm scraping stuff. It was just
okay, that's kind of comical, Biz.
It was so funny. But then eventually we got it where, I warmed up the turkey enough because we kind of took it right out of the fridge, rinsed it, cleaned it off, stuff like that, and started working on it. So after a while, it warmed up enough where I was able to get the butter all smooched around it. But it was a lot of work, but it was such a good turkey. Oh my gosh. I will definitely make that one again.
Yeah, I do a turkey. I do a really big one because I like for it to feed us for several days. And I don't do anything to it. I keep seeing all these people, salt and pepper this, rub the inside with that. And I'm going, in the oven, and it always turns out fine. But I'm sure that the butter made a big difference.
Well, the problem is that I love my parents and I love my in-laws, and they have made the turkey and the ham for eons now. And last Thanksgiving was the last Thanksgiving that I was going to eat that. And so this year I kind of just said, you know what? We're doing Thanksgiving this year. We love you. We want you to bring sides. We want you to participate. Not trying to take it from you, but we're doing the meat because I want it moist. I like moist meat.
That's great.
Oh yeah, that's why we ended up with it this year and probably forever now. But my mother-in-law, she doesn't do anything with it either. But I think they kind of just overcook it. Like the breast is always super, super dry. And so this year I wanted to see what I could do to make sure that the breast maintained some sort of moisture and flavor. And I probably could have gone without the whole underneath the skin schmutz, but we baste it every 30 minutes too. And I think that's another thing that I've heard is helpful towards keeping your breast warm.
I do that a lot.
Basting.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I start with a thin layer of water in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then all of the turkey juices start to mix in with that, and I baste it. And so that really does make a difference.
Okay. That's
awesomeness.
That's our new go-to. Right. I
love it.
Mutzy turkey. So yeah. Other than that, we had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and I love what your husband did. I can't wait for you to tell this story.
Oh,
We brought
okay.
in our Christmas stuff too, and we started to put it up, but it's not a lot.
Yep, we did that too. Yep.
But you
Started listening
guys
to
did
all the
something
Christmas
super
music.
fun.
Well, of course we did. We had all 8 of us here for Thanksgiving, so I hosted dinner, which I always do if everybody can come over. So we stuffed ourselves on Thanksgiving. Years ago, I just had this massive, um, I just wanted to not participate in Black Friday at all. I just hated the way everybody just went gaga over spending money that day. So I made a pact that I would not shop on Black Friday, although I did buy some yarn on Black Friday, but that was for a Christmas present. So that I count that toward Christmas making. Anyway, I stay in my pajamas all day. I cook the same dinner every Black Friday night. Then we had grandkids. And so we started to wrap some traditions around that. So we treated them to our favorite Christmas movie, which is Santa Claus the Movie with Dudley Moore.
Oh
That's the first day they can listen to their favorite Christmas music. But my husband does these massive treasure hunts. So these started a long time ago when the kids were really little, and he would hide things around the yard, around the house, and they would collect things, and then they'd get a prize like candy or something.
Uh-huh.
Well, Black Friday, we put up the stockings on the mantle. So now the treasure hunt is about finding the stockings to hang on the mantle.
Oh, so fun.
And there are 11 of them now because we have 8 in the family and 3 dogs. So this year, I swear he spent 5 full working days on this, Biz. It's crazy.
So
what are you doing?
Right?
Working on the treasure hunt. Are you kidding me? Anyway, he took a picture. He hid the stockings in different rooms of the house, and he took a picture of where they were. Then he made a jigsaw puzzle out of that picture. So it was probably about, 6, 8 inches wide. Cut it up by hand.
Oh my God.
So we had 5 or 6 of them. And then the boys had to find the puzzle first. Then they had to put the puzzle together. Then they had to find the stockings, and then they had to put them on the mantle.
Oh, hilarious.
The treasure hunt, I swear to you, took an hour and a half if it took 2 hours.
That's awesome.
But they're 14 and 12, and they loved every minute of it. It was hilarious. So I don't know what my husband has done coordinates before. So he's divided up, he's taken a floor plan of the house and made coordinates and made them find coordinates on the map. Last year, he made them solve math equations.
Oh, wow.
I don't think they necessarily liked that one because that was too much like school.
Too close to for that one.
Right.
Like, so I'm out of school. What are you doing?
I am done here. So, yeah. So, and since then, I've just been working to try to get things done so I can actually take some time off between Christmas and New Year. So that's kind of what's happening here. But anyway, that's Thanksgiving, and I'm sticking by it. So
the biggest scavenger hunt that I ever created was for our youth group up in Phillips. And it was right about the time when I always call it Trip Around the World, but what is it? The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race had started on TV, and we were so into that show. So we thought what would be really, really fun is we went and took pictures of places that were in, it was, gosh, we lived in a chain of lakes. So some of them were like 5 miles apart. So they had to have a car, and you could ride along with anybody, and it had to be safe drivers and all this stuff. So we got all kinds of permission to get this done. But we would take a baggie, and I would put a clue. We had I want to say 6 different teams of kids. And each one of them had a different set of clues, so they couldn't just follow people.
Oh, that's awesome. So they were in different places.
Had a different clue inside of it with a number on it. They had to find their number. They had to find and then figure out where the next one was. It was an all-day affair. It was the best thing. It was so much fun to figure out and create. But I've never done another one because That was a lot, but it was so much fun.
I know scavenger hunts, treasure hunts are so much fun. We used to do scavenger hunts as kids, particularly the youth group at church, and we'd go to members' houses to get the things that we needed. It was so great.
Fun.
Anyway,
all right, sorry.
Our topic today is not about treasure hunts and scavenger hunts, although that would be a fun thing to talk about for a while. It is holiday gifts every crocheter will love. All right, so Biz, I know at least if it's not this year because you're busy with classes, but in years past, you have probably spent a lot of time making Christmas gifts for family members, friends, all of that kind of stuff. You know, we got to go through this ritual every year of making our gift list and getting all the yarn and gathering the patterns and figuring out if we have time to make them. So we're always finding ways to give to other people.
Yeah.
But what about the crocheters in your life? Now, I don't have any crocheters in my life.
Yeah.
But if I did,
yeah,
I would want to give them some special things that maybe had to do with crochet, right?
Yeah, because every crocheter's got a dream list of things that they want to get that is either outside of like a price bracket that they're willing to spend on, or it's hard to find, something like that.
Right. So what we've done today is we've put together a list of our very favorites, things that we have in our own possession or things that we really, really want. Hint, hint, hubby.
Yes, I mean, like, so this would be the kind of stuff that we would want.
So the first thing always on my list is books. I always love books, right? So you and I have a few favorite authors that we like to frequent, and a few favorite books. One of my all-time favorites is Edie Eckman. So I just pulled out one of them. She's got a whole bunch of really cool books. And you can tell that I use this because I've got tons of things bookmarked here.
That one right over on
and
my
I use this, crochet borders. She's got a granny square one. She's got all kinds of different books.
I can't tell you how many of those borders are in my blankets.
Right. And one of the things that I've noticed, because I've started going back to Barnes and Noble, they actually have some of her books on the shelf. Nice. You can get her books from Amazon. I think she maybe sells them on her own website, that sort of thing. But they're just gorgeously written books. Yeah. There's the border. Yeah, so wonderful, easy to understand, creative, knock yourself out kind of books. Now, the next one on our list is one, I don't know this author.
Melissa Lehman does, she does like the Stitch Bibles, and I thought I had it right next to me. Apparently I don't.
Oh, you know what?
You probably have it. It's the Indescribable or in.
I think I do, but that's not the one I just picked up. Let me see who wrote this one.
Indispensable. That's the word.
There it is. Something like that. Yeah, this Stitch Bible that I have doesn't have a specific author. I think they just collected a bunch of stitches and put it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you mentioned that book to me before, and I went out and bought it.
The Indispensable.
And I think it's right down there.
For crocheters or something like that. It's probably my favorite Stitch Bible book out of all of the ones that I have, just because she touches on so many different, and her instructions are really good. And like we had just talked a couple weeks ago on our podcast about charts and having the words there and explanations and stuff. And she's got great explanations along with really great charts.
Right. And great pictures.
Yeah.
So that you can see what the fabric looks like. Yeah. Yep. And this is I know the Naughty Boss, but I don't know of her stuff. So what does she have to offer?
On Instagram, if you have ever followed her, she has got like minute quickie ideas constantly, and her stuff is so dadgum cute. And so this is kind of this book that that she has out. I can't remember what is the name of it. It is called Crochet Secrets, It's all the little bitty things, like how to do the special pull through where you don't show any kind of join, how to change your colors so that it doesn't show any kind of join. She has all these really neat tips and tricks that she puts out on Instagram. And I mean, if you go to her account, it's the Naughty Boss. And she also has a great Etsy account where she has got, if you need like the little cardboard things for the market and stuff like that, and you want to make the cup cozies and you want the little paper cup that goes in it, she makes all of those graphics that you can get for like $1 for a page. You can print over and over and over.
Now that you mention it, I have purchased a couple of those things from her shop, because I used to not like to model hats and things like that. So a great way to show, she has a face with a bun on it, and you can wrap the hat or the ear warmer or whatever around it and take a more realistic picture. Her graphics are great. Cup cozies, things so like good.
But she also has this really great little Instagram account where she has reels and videos and stuff like that. So her book is kind of all of those things in the book, so that you don't have to go find it all on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, that's fabulous. And there are tons of other authors out there that we really like and that sort of thing. But those are 3 of our absolute favorites. All right. So now, Biz was mentioning that there are things that may be outside of your price point for everyday purchases, right?
Yeah.
So, but Christmas, Hanukkah, those kinds of holidays are great time. Birthday are great times to ask for the things that are a little bit more expensive.
Right.
So we're going to show you some of our favorite tools that are a little bit pricey. Now, I'm going to start with I've talked about this before. It is absolutely the best, hands down, yarn winder on the planet. It's industrial strength.
I need one.
Yes, you do. Stanwood. It's heavy metal.
Yes.
It's this looks almost 3D printed. These gears here fit perfectly together. Heavy duty stand and yarn winder, and this plastic is just bolted in here. You can see it's bolted down here. I mean, it's just it's so heavy that for me to sit here and hold it up is a chore. But and they even have their logo on there. Now, I looked and it's available on Amazon. So you can get one from Amazon. I don't know if that's where I bought mine, but you can buy one there. Highly recommend it. I think it's $60 to $70, which sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I've had the smaller ones that are just plastic, and I've had to buy several of them because they stop doing cakes after a while. Plus,
that's the one.
This sucker. Okay, I'm going to show you a hank of yarn. This hank of yarn is 500 yards.
Holy crap.
Normal hanks of yarn. This is DK weight.
Yeah.
I can wind that entire cake. It's wide enough that I can wind the entire cake in one swoop. It's great.
That's
awesome. It handles those big. Yeah, I love this guy. So my fave. All right, you have a favorite. Do you have your neck lamp handy?
I do. It's like the only thing that I have that's one of those really spendy. That one is the one that I was looking at when I was but this one I think I got for maybe $20 or $30 on Amazon, and it's a lifesaver because it's got 3 different levels of brightness. It is adjustable. I'm chubby, so of course it only goes so far, but it's folds up nicely so I can just tuck it in my bag. It's got a little rechargeable dooflocky here, and
same thing. Mine is, where is mine? I do have it. There it is. It's right there.
Oh, I just figured that out. Okay, so apparently you can change the colors of the lamp with this little Like, wow.
That happens on mine on this button on the here. So by pushing it once, I get the white light. Oh no, I get a white and a yellow. Then I get just the yellow. Then I get just the white. And then it's off. That's fabulous.
I never knew that
Yeah,
was
that's this one. I know. This one is mine is the Lumos, which is the more expensive, right?
Right. And mine is not. And I don't know what glucoscent.
Yeah. That is available on Amazon. Yes, it is.
It's a great little, I mean, even whether you get Debbie's spendier one or my less spendy one, they both work great. And they're perfect for especially like the black yarn, the navy yarn, the nighttime low light, all that stuff. Love it.
Okay, fun. I know I've told this story before, and it's going to be a very short one. I always get gifts for my husband to give me, and this was last year's Christmas gift.
That's hilarious.
Last year or the year before. Open gifts, whatever. And I couldn't find this anywhere. Couldn't find the Lumos anywhere. I searched for literally months. It was November, right before the next Christmas. I was about to get another one, have him give it to me again. And all of a sudden I realized our living room has 2 bookshelves in it because I'm a former professional musician. So I have these books of music on them, these shelves with music on them. And it was tucked in that because that's where our Christmas tree is. Oh, okay.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry I keep yawning. It's like, holy cow. Don't know what's wrong with me.
It's warmer. All right, next up, personalized yarn bowls. Yes. All right.
Mine is buried in my living room, so I didn't bring it in here.
I did. I got mine.
Cool. Oh, cute. So Etsy is a really great place to find personalized gifts, and we have a small list of personalized gifts. I don't have any of them, but they are they make really great presents. Yarn bowls like that, and then here's just a thought: a yarn bowl, and then get some. I mean, it's kind of on our list later, but get some lotion and a pair of like gloves that what is the word? Compression
gloves. Yeah. You can make this your gift basket. Exactly. Not with MadameStitch on it, but with your name, right?
Dianera, I'm sorry. She has the cheaper neck lamp from Amazon in purple.
Yep.
Really, in whichever brand you get, they're amazing. The neck lamps are amazing. But yeah, like the personalized yarn bowls, they can range anywhere from like $17 up to $100. It depends on what you get. There's wood, there's ceramic, there's clay, there's all kinds of things that you can get. All kinds. You know, if your person is a naturals kind of person, they've got bamboo and all of that.
Yep, highly recommend it. All right, next on our list is, a lot of crocheters who make things for other people like to put the faux leather labels on them with their name or their business name or whatever. And these can all be picked up from Etsy. There are loads of Etsy shops that will do that. Now I got these on Etsy. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if we can get it close. Cute. It's wooden and you sew the ends down. Right. And I had a bunch of those. It comes in a pack. They just do a bunch of those at one time. And I will put those occasionally on my makes. Love those wooden ones too. And they're not expensive.
Yeah.
But they're fun.
Who does market have a tendency to do those kinds. It kind of zhuzhes up your product and like takes it up to a slightly more professional look, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we all like to see labels.
Yeah. All right. Next on our list. Now this one can get dicey, but it can be fun.
Yeah.
Custom handmade crochet hooks.
Yeah.
Here's a thought. There are shops on Etsy. I know of one, but I can't name it right off the top of my head. She takes existing crochet hooks. So she would take something like this and saw it off and use the head
Yeah.
and put clay on or wrap the clay around the rest of it to make it a little more ergonomic or decorative, or, add something whimsical to the handle. If you know the kind of crochet hook that your crocheter likes, for instance, I'm a Susan Bates all the way, give me nothing else, we're good. And you find an Etsy shop that makes crochet hooks with the Susan Bates and special things added, that's a perfect gift. Perfect gift.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to ask or how to find out what their favorite hook is. It's as easy as just sitting there going, what's your favorite hook? And seriously, because
why do you want to know?
Because why do you want to know? Because I heard that all crocheters have a favorite size. What's your favorite maker or like size hook or whatever? Like I've heard that crocheters have a favorite brand. What's your favorite brand?
Yeah.
And then it could lead on to another question. Oh, okay. So what's your favorite size? I heard they have a particular size too. Just kind of try to throw it into a conversation somewhere. And it can be very, very easy. And it takes 2 seconds. And then you just drop it and don't get weird about it. And then they won't know that you're buying them one for Christmas.
Well, you also might want to start in September. If you're asking that to, them today, they might go, oh, you know what? Well.
Unless you want to just go buy them a brand new set of tulips or Etymos or whatever
Those are also, Addi. Yeah. Those sets are wonderful. Yeah. You know what? Knit Picks / We Crochet has an interchangeable Tunisian crochet hook set, and they're made out of this beautiful wood. They're handcrafted wood with these beautiful colors. Yeah. Holy cow, check them out. They're gorgeous. If your person likes to do Tunisian, this is the way to go. I've used their knitting needles.
I was going to say,
they are so gorgeous.
Some of them have that like wrapped color look to them.
Yep.
Pretty.
Okay. I drool. Okay, here we go. Personalized project bags. These are awesome. You can get the name of the person embroidered on them, or that you can find my favorite shop on Etsy, 3 Bags Full. And she curates fabric from around the world and finds fabric that's real sturdy. Excuse me. Lines them, has a little pocket in them for your crochet hook. Mine is wine themed because anybody who knows me knows that wine is my jam. I don't abuse it, but it's fun for a Friday afternoon after the podcast. Dogs, things like that. My mother, many years ago, got me a big canvas bag from Eddie Bauer. The size of big project bags, right? And had my name embroidered on it.
Yes.
That's a cool idea too.
They are. Those are great ideas. And there's a bag in every conceivable size out there now. If you only want to get something so big and have it personalized or whatever, that's great. She or he needs somewhere to put their needles, their pin, stitch holders and things like that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. All the little bits and pieces. Even just the small bags mean something.
Yep.
What a cute stocking stuff would be.
Yeah, I love the Vera Bradley bags. The pencil cases are great.
Yeah.
I even one year I bought, it's a bag about 12 inches wide and has handles. Do you remember the little sun jelly? They're like Crocs, the sun jelly sandals that we used to have as kids.
Yes, and they used to eat holes in their
feet. These actually look like those sandals, and the company is called Sun Jellies. And it's a great way to carry a bag if you need to set it on the ground, because it's solid plastic on the bottom.
Okay.
And then it has holes in it on the sides, but it's really cute. Love my Sun Jellies bag. All
Bags
right.
with mom. I have so many of them. I end up having to like fold them, and I've got like a drawer just full of project bags because you always need something to carry your stuff in.
Well, I have bags that are holding bags. So there you go. Bags that hold bags. All right. Fancy scissors. I'm doing this because I'm leaning over to get, you know what? That's great. My fancy scissors are over there. I'm not going to get up and get them.
Yeah, I don't
But my
have
mother
I have
gave me
nothing.
some like this,
Oh, those are
not
so
that
cute.
long, right? Aren't they pretty?
Yes.
They're just perfect for cutting yarn.
And there are so
Those
many
are easy to find.
novelty things out there. Like
Right.
if your person is a fantasy character lover, they've got unicorn scissors out there. They've got butterfly scissors. They've got everything. You know, you can find
Absolutely everything.
that would just be fun
Just
and
the
quirky.
Yep, just the whole schmear, but they're small. These are only about 4 inches long, right?
Yeah,
So they're great for taking around when you travel.
they are for sure.
Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, this one. Oh, I've seen this one. This is great. I don't know if you happen to have one. This portable yarn holder hangs from your
I do not
wrist.
seen them.
Right. So your yarn has to be in a cake, I
Right.
believe. And then you put the spindle up through the center of it, put the top on it, and then you can either put that in your bag or you can actually hold it and be standing or walking or whatever, and the yarn is just coming evenly off that spindle.
Yep.
It's really cool. You actually have a website here for it. It's on Amazon. So maybe what we'll do is
like a whole
that we
kit,
put that in the description.
Yeah, that one's like a whole kit that comes with there's a storage bag and the little spindle thingy, and it comes with accessories, and so it just depends on what you're looking for. But for like $20, it's just not that bad of an investment.
Yeah.
And that would be really cute to get somebody, like, if you know that they're a crocheter, but you don't really know what they have, just to get them something fun for under $20. I mean, it's $19.99, so technically it's at $20. But you know, a lot of times, you know, for Secret Santas or this or that or the other, you've got this price limit that you have to set. That would be something fun.
Absolutely. There's a designer that I follow on Instagram, Heart Hook Home, but I don't know what her name is. She walks with her crochet, so she has a fanny pack.
Oh,
and in her fanny pack is her yarn, and she crochets while she walks.
You know,
so totally stealing that.
My luck would be that my ball of yarn would go boom, and it flies in there somewhere. We're going on an extra walk now. Go get my yarn.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Or something.
All right, so now those are some of the expensive things or pricier things that we have on our wish list or that we own. Now we're going to move on to luxury yarn, because I hear all the time from makers that they just want to see us designing stuff with the less expensive yarns.
Yeah.
But, you know, I love to treat myself to luxury yarn every now and then. And I have a favorite, and she is Miss Babs.
Yeah.
So this and DK Weight, it is just, I love the message of her company. They're in North Carolina. Everything is inspired by nature. So all the colors are inspired by nature. Her yarn feels like the butter you were trying to spread on your turkey. Seriously. This right here is called, this type of yarn is called Yowza, and it's DK Weight, and the color is Rock Sparrow.
Wow.
And it looks like she has a picture of the sparrow on this actual page, and she's taken all the colors
I was gonna say
from that bird, right? Speckles and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is going to be a spring design of mine. I'm so excited for that one.
Oh, I do. I have one fancy yarn.
But I love her stuff.
Here's my one fancy yarn that I have left that is, so my favorite one is ALC yarns.
Oh.
Terrible. That's how
that is so pretty.
And it's called Tell Me I'm Pretty. And she does mostly, like, a lot of her stuff, it's speckled. She loves doing the speckles, and it just turns out so cute. And so I was in her yarn club for a while, and she does a great yarn club. And so you can get it where you get 1 or 2 skeins a month, and she has little goodies that come with it and all of that kind of stuff. And you can tell her like what colors you lean towards, and that's the kinds of skeins that she'll send you. But usually she's got a color theme for the month. But I have a lot of purples from her because I lean more towards like the purplies and the blues and stuff like that. But this will make me a pair of socks, and probably for my mom.
Yep.
But it's called DK Squish. It's 100 grams, 246 yards. But yes, these can be spendy, but you're paying somebody for custom colors, custom yarn, that kind of stuff. So like I said, I don't have a whole lot of this stuff in my stash. I've got 1 skein left, basically.
And arguably, this yarn is top quality.
It is.
This is not like, it's so soft, and it's luxurious to wear, to work with. I love crocheting with this kind of yarn because it just feels so good in my hands.
Yeah.
You just never get tired of holding it. But yeah, that's finding an independent dyer to support is so important because their job is so expensive and so hard. I love to do that. Now, you had on the list project kits.
Yes. So I don't have any project. Actually, I've got like 1 project kit, but I'd have to stand up to get it. But you can go to all the companies, Scapies, Mary Maxim, Hirschner's, any of them. A lot of them have full blanket kits that come with the pattern, all the yarn, all the stuff. If you've got somebody who wants to make something, or you don't know what to get them, and or you're like, oh, I would really like to see you. They've said, I'll make that for you. Go buy the kit, because then you know how much yarn there is and all that stuff. But like, kits are fun because they're spendy. And the reason I say that is, like, I'm not necessarily going to go and drop $120 to $80 to $120 on a yarn kit for myself. But if somebody else showed up on my doorstep with a yarn kit for $80 or $120, I would
bring it on.
Oh, that's the best.
Come on in.
That's right. So, I mean, I don't think there's a person out there that's going to be like, oh, you got a yarn kit? No. Wow. Yes, you got a yarn kit. There's all these great colors.
Every crocheter is going to just go gaga. Yes.
Yes. Even if they don't make the pattern, they're going to love the yarn.
Now, some of the independent dyers, like you said about the one that you really like, do monthly yarn box subscriptions. There is a yarn company called Darn Good Yarn.
Yep.
That focuses on eco-friendly fibers and recycling yarn and all of that kind of stuff. And I treated myself, I think it was just after last Christmas that I treated myself to a few months of their monthly subscription. Now, I stopped it mainly because the yarns aren't ones that I enjoy. The fibers aren't what I enjoy, but I've made stuff from them, and they're really cute. The colors are great. They're very vibrant. But I really love their message. And there are lots of independent dyers out there who make a living by doing these yarn box subscriptions, and you can find them on Etsy, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff.
Well, that and a lot of the another one that I follow Of course, I'm blanking on the name. And I follow them on Instagram, and their name is Twice Shared Sheep.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually Twice Sheared Sheep. She
Yes.
actually has a website where they sell yarn and all the little tchotchkes. They're more for knitters, but they have quite a bit for crocheters as well. And their tools are they're extremely careful about what they sell. Their stitch markers are all handmade by people in their company. All of this stuff, and they really stand behind their product. They also, a lot of them will do advent calendars. I know it's a little bit past for advent calendars, but some of them have leftover advent calendars that they weren't able to sell during the push, and they'll sell them for cheaper or whatever. And a lot of times you'll get like a small skein of yarn. Some, like I know with the Twice Sheared Sheep, I don't know if she's got extra ones left over or not, but like they've got little tchotchkes or tools and all kinds of stuff in all the little boxes. These are another great way to buy something fun. Something, I'm telling you, as a crocheter, I'm not typically going to go and treat myself to that kind of stuff because I've got other gifts that I want to buy. But if somebody were to buy it for me, how much fun would that be?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Advent calendar anytime would be fun.
The yarn box subscriptions, it's not like you have to commit to like a year. I know with ALC, I committed myself to 6 months. And after the 6 months, I was done. And I had fun opening up all of and I had my 6 skeins of yarn and, but you don't have to make a massive commitment. You can buy just one box a lot of times.
Yeah. I think I bought 3 from Darn Good Yarns.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of them will let you you have to wait until they open it back up in order to get back on the list. Because sometimes they only have like so many times a year they open the list. But you a lot of times can just cancel whenever you want.
Yeah. All right. So luxury yarn, put that on your list. Next up, gift cards. We don't think about giving specific gift cards for crocheters, but there actually are places that you can do gift cards. I checked out Lion Brand does them, Knit Picks does them, Knit Picks / Recrochet does them. Amazon, right? You can, if there are tools on there, like they want to buy the Stanwood yarn winder, give them a gift card and that reduces the price for them. So check some of these special places for crocheters and see if they have gift cards, and then your crocheter can pick out what he or she wants.
The other thing too, and it might sound a little hoopty, but a lot of banks will do Visa gift cards. Even if you can't find a place, you can be like, this is for you to buy crochet things with, and just of course they can use it for whatever they want, but a lot of times I know for myself, if somebody gives me something specifically so I can spend it on something outside of my normal spending, I will save it. I will make sure that that's what it gets spent on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so don't count out gift cards. They really are easy to personalize and a thoughtful gift. Speaking of thoughtful gifts, now we're going to get into the last thing that we have on our list, and that is we're big fans of putting together baskets, big fans. And there are so many ways that you can make a care basket for your crocheter. So here are some things to include. Let's talk about the vessel first. So you actually mentioned that you could buy a yarn bowl and use that as the basket, right?
Yeah.
So what are some other things that you can put? You can have an actual wicker basket. That would be one thing.
Yes. You could use one of those cute little project bags as the holder for all of the goodie things for your basket. The yarn bowl, the basket. I mean, like really anything that's holdable. I mean, we go to the grocery store or to Walmart and you see the stuff that they've got just in a regular, and they just shove all kinds of crap in them.
Yep.
Anything
so start shoving. We're going to show you what to shove. First off, we want to take care of our hands, right?
Yes.
So whatever your favorite lotion is, and compression gloves, and
I don't know
show
where
us
my other
those
one is.
compression
Damn it,
gloves.
where'd it go? Anyway, so this is probably my favorite set to run around with because it's super easy to get on and off. They go on either arm. I have a full set. I don't know where the other one went. Must have fallen off the side of my desk. So, but it just, where's my arm? It just covers everything up because I have these cysts that grow up here and cause me problems and give me muscle issues and all kinds of things going on with my wrists. So I have fallen in love with, and these work really nice because your hands are free. You can still crochet with them on. You're not, and for myself, I have very short hands. So sometimes that little lip is a little too much and it rolls up and you can get it out of your way. I love compression gloves. I have I've got one of those ones that's the whole shebang where you like strap your arm in there and now you're like this for, you're not moving.
We're going to crochet.
Exactly. And I've got one that's specifically for my left hand and specifically for my right hand. And I like them, but I don't like them as much because they're not as versatile. And because like I can't just walk up and go, and just throw it on whatever arm is hurting. You got to fit it on the right arm.
Wait, which one goes where?
Exactly. So my favorite are these little super simple, and I got these on Amazon, I think for maybe $8, something like that. And they're easy enough to wash. They're hand wash only though. So, but they're real. You wouldn't think that would do much, but it does. It squeezes your wrist at just the right spots.
Yeah. And you don't have to get fancy with the lotion either. I mean, I use Gold Bond Rejuvenate or something. It's a really thick hand lotion that I put on every night.
Yeah.
You might want something a little bit lighter during the day because it is kind of greasy, but you don't have to get fancy, something over the counter. I know at Christmas time or the holiday time, there are lots of little travel size that are decorated that you can stick in.
Yes.
As well.
And if your person is a person who likes the scents and things like that, Bath and Body Works is great for that kind of stuff. I know when we lived in Wisconsin, it was so bitter cold, like the tips of my fingers would split. My hands were nothing but open wounds on the tips of my fingers.
Ow.
So it's not sexy, but you can use cow udder balm. It's amazing. It will heal your owies. But that's one of those ones where you wear it at night and you might put like a cotton glove over the top of it so it doesn't spread all over your stuff. But udder balm is amazing for those of you who have like super, super dry skin or the issues with colds with your skin splitting open.
Right. And don't forget about your cuticles because those dry out as well. All right. In our bag, we can also put the favorite snack or drink with a new mug. For instance, I don't know if you've been noticing, I'm rocking my Hooked on Crochet mug every episode, a small gift from my number 2 son. So I use it all the time. So that can go in that bag as well.
That's funny. Yeah. And a mug can make a good receptacle. You can create a little bouquet of things coming out of the mug.
You can also do a mason jar hot chocolate mix.
Yum. Yes.
Yeah, I've done that. And the mason jar with the handle on it. So it's
fun.
a mug and it has a top.
Yeah.
And there are recipes online where it's homemade hot chocolate. All you have to do is add water. And the marshmallows and everything are in there. So it's great. I love getting that. A lint roller because yarn be fuzzy.
Yarn be.
So
yes, it does. Well, or if you're like me and you've got a husky and you're not sure if it's yarn or if it's husky, you can...
Thankfully, I have a non-shedding dog. I'm the one who sheds, so maybe I need it for me. At any rate, and the last on our list. Say what?
A lint roller is not something that we always think about, but we always go, God, no, I'm get it off me.
Gosh, I wish I had one.
Yeah, right.
Should put that in my stocking. Anyway, And last but not least, a
Uh-huh.
crocheter will never turn down yarn and a new hook, right?
Yeah.
So
And that's where
you don't have to get
that fancy question of, so what's your favorite hook? Just start the conversation. If you're looking for something simple, start a conversation about something they enjoy, which is their crochet, and say, oh, well, I always hear that these crocheters have their favorite yarn and their favorite hook. What are yours? You never know.
And just a word to the wise, if you buy yarn and it ends up not being enough, just make sure that you buy yarn from a place where you can get more.
Yeah.
So it's not a once and done, because
Yep.
if it's not something they can use, you might be in trouble with that choice.
And look for the ones that say no dye lot. If you're buying it.
Yeah. That would stink. That's a whole other episode, Biz. We don't have time for dye lots today.
It is, but if you're buying it for a gift and you're getting them one, look for the one that says no dye lot.
Gotcha. All right. That is our list of things that are possible to give to a crocheter. He or she will love them, whatever you do, just thinking about their favorite hobby, or their business, as the case may be, is special in and of itself. But here's a list of things that you can use. And I did the banners because that way you can see them when you replay the episode. You don't have to listen to us again. You can, although we'd love it if you did. You can simply look for the labels. All right. So that's it for this week's episode. We always end our episode with, what have you been watching? I don't know. If you're like me, Biz, it's all about the Christmas baking shows and the Christmas movies.
Yep. So we've
watched
the first 3 episodes of Hogwarts Baking, which is on Max. And that was
so good. So good.
Cute. Isn't it cute? I like that show.
Yeah.
It makes me want to watch the Harry Potter movies again. And I like Harry Potter, but I'm not like, oh God, I've got to watch them. But now I'm like, I would really like to rewatch them. Those look really
Yeah, that baking show is just priceless. I love it.
It is cute. And then what's the other one? There's the new holiday Great British Baking Show is the new season's coming, so we haven't started that one yet.
But I just finished the British Baking Show season.
Yes.
Gajillion.
Yes. I don't even know
season that
what
was.
the real number is.
I don't know. No, it's like, well, for them it may be 12 or 13. We don't get all of them over here, but
I was gonna say, like, anyway. I think the Great British Baking Show, there's like 40 or 50 of them or something like that. I'm sure I'm wrong. But there's so many more than the ones that they let over here in America, which I just feel
we watched the holiday cookie baking challenge. We watched that one. With Ree Drummond. Yep. We watched that one. And we watch on Netflix, we watch Is It Cake? They did a holiday version.
I don't think I've seen that one either. We just finished the last of Monk last night, watched the last episode, and I cried. Oh, it was crazy how much you get into these characters and you just love them to death, and then all of a sudden everybody moves on and you're so done.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, just, our trash reality TV. We just finished
football.
Have you seen the commercial for that one?
I'm not watching that one. It looks too intense for me.
Okay, you know what? It's not. As far as so as far as trash reality TV with competition in it is concerned, this one is really milquetoasty. It's just not as scary as they make it look on the commercials. It's more backstabby, and really, like, in the end, it was stupid. In the end, like, what was the point of all of this stuff that you said along the way to come down to this? It just, I'm hoping they don't re-up it, because it's going to be a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll watch my holiday baking shows instead.
Yeah, they're much more fun.
And football. Yep, that's big. The Eagles are in line to clinch a playoff spot this weekend.
Here they're doing really, really well. I'm glad for them.
They're phenomenal. They're fun.
Yeah.
It took them a couple games, and then they went, "Oh, this is how we play football."
Yeah, we're waiting for
Really?
the Packers to do that. I'm going to be honest. I don't know who won last night. If it was the Lions or if it was the Packers.
It was the Lions.
That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure it was the Lions because it was so close right up to the end. And not granted, there were a lot of like my husband's like that should have been called and that should have been called, and like. But
don't you love those armchair referees?
Yes, but the reality of it, they obviously didn't play well enough to win. Like they made a lot of really stupid mistakes. So, I really like Jordan Love. He's a good baller. But I just, if the rest of them can't get on board, what are you going to do? It is
I don't
not
know.
I know they always try to make it to be a one-man show, but it isn't.
Yeah. I think the Eagles finally figured out it is not a one-man show. So let's have a whole team experience here.
That's exciting.
Now, anyway, all right. So we have solved all of the gift-giving issues for today for the crocheter in your life. Yes. I love all those ideas. I hope you did too. So anyway, we're going to sign off.
And if anybody needs my address so you can send me one of those gifts, hit me up afterwards.
That would be a private DM. Yeah, no. Anyway, don't do that. I'm just saying. But but we do love gifts. Anyway, we're going to end this now before we devolve. But we've loved spending this time with you on this Friday afternoon. Frigid here in Pennsylvania, and it's cold in Pensacola too. So so we're sending you all the warm thoughts and wishing you all the luck for this holiday preparation season, and just crochet your little hearts out, and join us next week. Don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
and watch for that announcement. All right. We're going to say bye for now and see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Blessed.